All right, we're now going to work through this example here, and this is an interesting example. So we're starting with a fraction, and I need to figure out what the percentage is and what the decimal is. So let's go through it. First thing we need to realize here is we can't do either of these bottom options. I can't create an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 100, and in the same sense, I can't make the denominator power of 10. And the reason why is because my denominator is 8, and there's no way of turning 8 into 100 or any power of 10. So that means the only options I've got left of turning it into a percentage and decimal are the ones up here. So this is why it's important that we are comfortable with doing it this way. All right, so if I have 3 on 8 and I want to turn it into a percentage, you take 3 on 8 and you times it by 100 over 1. Remember, before you multiply, you simplify. So I've got 8 and 100, both of which are divisible by 4. This will be 2. This will be 25. And then from there, is there anything else here I can simplify? No, there's not. So that means I'm going to get 3 times 25 is 75. And I'm going to get 2 times 1 is 2. What's half of 75? It's going to be 37.5%. 37.5%. Now, what if they asked you to convert a fraction to a decimal? Now, this is where I want you to be a bit cunning and realize that you could take the percentage and turn it into a decimal really easily. Remember, you just do this. And just like that, we've turned our percentage into a decimal. So if you wanted to do it that way, you could. The other way you could do it is by doing the division. So you could say this is 8 divided by 3, and then I'm going to write it as 3.00. I'll put a couple of zeros here just to be safe. All right, and then you do it. How many times does 8 go into 3? It doesn't. So 0 times, carry the 3 across, and make sure you put the decimal up here. How many times does 8 go into 30? Well, it goes in how many times? It goes in 3 times, because 8 3s are 24, and that means I'm 6 off, so I carry the 6 down. How many times does 8 go into 60? How many times does 8 go into 60? It goes in 7 times, because I know that 8 7s are 56, and that means I am 4 off, because the difference between 56 and 60 is 4. How many times does 8 go into 40? 8 goes into 40 5 times. So as you can see, what my answer is here is 0.375, which is what we see here, 0.375. So that is how you do it. So you need to know that sometimes these aren't viable options because there's no way of turning 8 into 100. Hopefully you found this helpful.